Nutrition in plants, prepared by Vibhav Shah, Class 7. Nutrients. The components of food like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals are called nutrients. Nutrients help living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair the damaged part of their bodies, to provide energy to carry out life processes. Nutrition, the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization in the body, is called nutrition. Modes of nutrition. There are two main modes of nutrition in living organisms. They are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. During autotrophic nutrition, organisms prepare their own food, and such organisms are called autotrophs. Heterotrophic nutrition. In this nutrition, organisms get their food directly or indirectly from plants. Such organisms are called heterotrophs. Consider this plant. This plant was ate by a rabbit, and this rabbit was ate by a fox. Here what happens? The fox was indirectly dependent on the plant because it is not directly taking the plant, but the rabbit is directly dependent on the plant. Photosynthesis, food making process in plants. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants prepare their own food by using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. Photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. Sunlight is also obtained from the sun. Water is absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide is taken from the air through small pores in the leaves called stomata. Chlorophyll are the green pigments present in the leaves. This is what stomata is. Here you can see there are some tiny holes in this green surface. This surface is none other than the leaf. In the leaf there are tiny holes which are called stomata. Stomata has a cell membrane, cellulose, cell wall and many other things. Chlorophyll uses the energy from sunlight to prepare food by using water and carbon dioxide. The food prepared is carbohydrate, which is then converted into starch. During photosynthesis, oxygen is released. Given below is the equation of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide means CO2 plus water H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives us carbohydrate plus oxygen O2. In this diagram it is shown that this is a plant. It first takes carbon dioxide through its leaves and water through its root and energy means solar energy through its leaves, and sometimes the plant may take help of its whole whole part to take the solar energy, and which gives us oxygen and glucose. Glucose is stored in the leaves of the uh, plant. Synthesis of proteins. The soil has some bacteria which converts nitrogen from the air into usable nitrogen in the soil. Farmers also add fertilizers containing nitrogen into the soil. Plants absorb this nitrogen from the soil along with water and other constituents to prepare proteins and fats. Other modes of nutrition in plants. Parasitic plants are plants which do not have chlorophyll and cannot prepare their own food. They get their food from other plants called host. Example, Cuscuta, that is known as a marble. Here you can see This yellow-like tubular structure is the cuscuta. Insectivorous plant. These are the plants that feeds on insect. Example, pitcher plant. This is a pitcher plant. The leaf of the pitcher plant is modified into a pitcher. The end of the pitcher has a lid. You can say this is the lid which can open and close. When an insect enters the pitcher, the lid closes. The insect is then digested by the digestive juices inside the pitcher. Saprotrophs are plants which do not have chlorophyll and cannot prepare their own food. They get their food from dead and decaying matter. Example, mushroom, bread mold, etc. They produce digestive juices on the dead and decaying organic matter and convert it into a solution and then absorb the nutrients from the solution. These are some examples of saprotrophs. Saprotrophs are also known as saprophytes. This is a mushroom and these are fungus growing over a piece of bread. Symbiotic relationship. Some plants live together and share shelter and nutrients. Example, lichens. In lichens, an algae and fungus live together. The fungus provides shelter, water, and minerals to the algae. The algae provides food to the fungus, which prepares by photosynthesis. Next, we will know how nutrients are replenished in the soil. Plants absorb nutrients from the soil, so the nutrients in the soil decreases. So farmers add manures and fertilizers to the soil to increase the nutrients in the soil. The bacterium called rhizobium, which lives in the root of leguminous plants like grams, peas, beans, etc., convert nitrogen from the air into a soluble form in the soil and makes the soil rich in nitrogen. In return, the plants provide food and shelter to the bacteria, so they have a symbiotic relationship.